Hey everyone, I can't tell you how excited I am for this. It's so exciting. Oh my goodness. Um, we've got a very, very, very special guest tonight. I am doing away with the normal introduction that we would normally do. This is going to be amazing. Um, let's have some fun tonight. Enjoy it. Get on the chat and let's have a great time. And we probably have some hints and tips for you for your next Florida trip at some point very soon. Here we go. Yeah, hi everyone. This is Lewis from Your Florida Adventures, the show where we chat to our guests, and what a guest we have tonight, about their love of Florida and their likes and their dislikes and their hints and tips to help you plan your next Florida trip. As I said, my name is Lewis, and I'll be your host for the next 60 minutes or so or more. Guys, you don't want to miss tonight. This is going to be so much fun. And I just want to say, first and foremost, I am a Florida fan. I go to the parks regularly, go to Florida regularly, and I love it so much that I started up my own travel business, which is called Your Great Adventures. And obviously, we specialize in the US and Florida as well, but we deal with travel all across the globe. One of the things I love to do is chat to my fellow fans about how they do Florida, why they love it so much, what special places they like to go to, and what special things they like to do, in the hope that I might learn something new for my next trip. Now, let's be honest with each other, traveling to Florida can be daunting even for a regular. So each week I will be chatting to some brilliant guests about their love of Florida, what makes them return to the happiest place on earth time after time, and ask them for their hints and tips, again, to help you plan your next Florida trip. So whether you have been to Florida a number of times before or this is your very first time, I'm sure we are going to have something for you. Oh, yes, we are indeed. Um, if you're watching live, and I can see a number of you are, hello, welcome. I'm just going to go to the chat quickly just to see who's there. Evening, Danny. Evening, Dale. Hello, Claire. Uh, Tammy, hi. Natalie, Facebook user. If you're a Facebook user, please let StreamYard see who you are so I can say hello to you properly. But it's great to see you. Hi, Evie. Hi, Paula. Hi, everyone. I'm sure my wife's on there. My parents are on there too. And lots of different people will be tuning in. So I'm going to shut up now and introduce you to my guest. Guys, what can I say about my special guest tonight? And they really are special. But what before I even introduce them, I just want to say this. The magic of Disney is not just in the parks. It's everywhere. It's all around us, and particularly it's within our hearts. So whatever you're doing right now, I just want you to just imagine that you're in the parks and imagine that you're surrounded by all the magical things that the parks bring. If you've got kids, bring them in for the next 10 minutes or so. This this person is a global superstar, people. Believe in the magic. This is a global superstar, and she has a personality, a massive personality with a very big heart. Yes, she's always trying to do the next right thing. Please, people, give it up for Anna.
Hi.
Yes, I'm so excited for this. This is going to be so good. I can't believe you're on this show. I don't know whether you've seen this show before, but we are really honoured to have you here with us. So my very first question is, how do we refer to you?
So probably just call me Anna because even though I am the queen now, I still like to be called Anna.
Of course, you are the queen,
Yes.
but I'm very glad that you are not in like taking all your your titles seriously and having to be called your majesty or anything like that. It's
No, just Anna.
oh well, it's so great to have you here, and I have lots of different questions for you, but I think the first thing we all would want to know is how's Christoph and Sven? Are they okay?
Yeah, they're doing okay. There's not much ice now. We had a lot of snow, just like everyone else did, and we thank Elsa for that.
Yeah,
But there's not much ice now, so they're a bit bored. There's a lot of playing charades and a lot of family games being played, but
very
I can't
very
say it's that
cool.
fun.
Oh, it's very cool. There's lots of lovely comments on here saying you look beautiful. Um, like, oh, do you want to build a snowman? I think that's a
Of course, I would love to build a snowman.
oh, like Dale saying hi.
Hi.
Yes, you can tell that there's a lot of excitement in the room and on the live chat. And I think not only do I want to know whether you build a snowman or you want to build a snowman or not, is do you really finish each other's sandwiches with Christoph?
I mean, sometimes, although occasionally Sven finishes them as well. So it's a bit like there's normally like three of us, or Olaf joins in and then does this little thing, and we're not really sure what he does, and we don't know what he says. But then he does this little thing and then grows up and he's like, oh, okay, sorry guys, don't know what's happened there. It's like, okay, that's fine. We'll just eat our sandwiches.
That's amazing. No, cool. And talking of Olaf, have you spoken to him lately?
I have. And he's a bit confused on what's going on because normally he gets lots of hugs and we can't really see Elsa as much anymore because obviously she's in the Enchanted Forest, whereas we're in Arendelle. So it's a bit weird for him not to see Elsa as often, but we are hoping to see her very, very soon.
Very cool. And actually, I had this question down on my list as well. Do you know who Samantha is?
No, we are still questioning that to this day. We are still asking him, who is Samantha? Because we have all watched the film as well, because obviously we didn't know what everyone else is doing. So when he said that, we were a bit like, who's Samantha? Where did you meet the Samantha? We don't know anyone. No one in Arendelle is called Samantha. So we're not really sure who she is, but who knows?
Amazing. No, well, it's a mystery, and hopefully, it's a mystery that will be solved at some point.
Hopefully.
Natalie says, "My 5-year-old daughter Kayla says hi."
Hi, Kayla. Blow your big kiss.
Amazing.
Mwah.
And Dell's also said that he would love to meet Olaf. I'm sure we all would.
Definitely.
So it's yeah, very cool. So Anna, you are a global megastar now. You know, how do you deal with the fame that's like come with everything that's come about?
Well, I can't really deal with it because obviously with the first film, it was all about Elsa and Let It Go and blah blah blah. And then Frozen 2 came out and I became queen. So that was a bit of a shock to everyone. So when everyone saw like Frozen 2, it was like, "Oh my goodness, Anna's the main one now. Anna's queen. We got to love Anna." And I was like, "Whoa, I'm still Anna. I'm still like my crazy little self who loves chocolate." Just give me chocolate. I
Oh,
love chocolate.
oh, this is awesome. This is so awesome. So I'm glad. Well, I'm glad that you're dealing with the fame well. And Paula's saying that she feels giddy like a big kid right now. So that's awesome. And Sam apparently is saying that she is Samantha. So
Oh my goodness, we've
who?
got a Samantha.
We have found Samantha. We have found Samantha. So, guys, if I know you are already, if you're watching live, you are already putting some questions in the chat, and do continue to do that because we will ask on the questions. But I think what I would like to ask you next is, obviously, now you are this kind of global megastar. You have a very busy work schedule. And not only do you have to do all your kind of film commitments, but you have also got to be working in the parks and doing all your meet and greets. But not only that, you obviously here you do meet and greets all over the world. So you know, how is that for you? What's it like to be doing so many meeting so many people?
It's really nice. So at the moment, it's not as fun because we can't give them the big warm hugs like we normally do, and we can't have like the nice cuddly pictures. But we cannot wait for that to all go back to normal. Then we can't actually do that because the warm hugs that we get from people, from children to adults to grandparents, everyone, just the big warm hugs and just seeing everyone's faces light up when they come to see us. Me and Elsa just love it to bits, and it's just the greatest feeling to get when we go see people.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I think everybody be with you right now, and just can't wait to be able to like hug somebody,
Yeah.
and that would be a really great thing. Question here from Dell, who says, "What is your favorite song to sing?"
Oh, that's a difficult one. See, I would say probably Love is an Open Door, but because that's sung with Hans, I can't really say that because I don't think Christoph would be very happy with me. But I might get Christoph to sing it with me instead. That might work.
Okay. Well, I don't know whether Christoph's in the house, so and I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to sing it with you, so so because nobody wants to hear that. So Paula is saying, we all love warm hugs. We absolutely do. So there you go. Claire would like to know, what is your favorite Disney theme park?
Ooh, that's a difficult one. See, I probably have to go for Epcot. Epcot's
Okay, and
definitely one of the ones up there.
why is that? Is that because it's got one of your attractions there?
Yeah, so you've got obviously where Arendelle is based around is Norway, so you have Norway there. And then I have so many of my other princess friends there, so you can meet Mulan and you can see Pocahontas is sometimes there as well, just hidden, and you can meet all of my other friends, and it's really nice that we can all get together in one place. And yeah, it's just a really nice, homey little place with every single country that you can possibly want to go to, all in one little island. So it's really nice.
Absolutely. No, yeah, it totally is, totally is. Now, I don't know who this is. It's Facebook user. I'm suspecting that this is Danny's mum, Joe.
Okay.
But apparently Danny could sing it with you. Just it, she's just saying. She's just saying. So I'm just throwing that out there. When you have your meet and greets, when you're at the, wherever you are,
Yeah.
what are your favourite ones? Do any kind of particularly stand out to you?
Um, See, I love them all, especially when the adults come over and they do a little like fangirling. Even the boys, when the boys come over and they're like all shy when you blow them a big kiss, and they're like, ooh, and they go shy about it. But I think just any of them, especially when they're really excited, just run up to you and give you the biggest hug. Sometimes when they're dressed as you and go, Anna, look, I'm dressed as you. And you're like, oh my goodness, you are. We're the same. Let's do a twirl and we dance together. Like, they're the best ones, definitely. Just love every second of it.
Awesome. No, that's awesome. Um, I mean, it must be so lovely to have so many, especially little ones coming up to you and just like adoring you
Yeah.
and really kind of, just the sparkle in their eyes, I guess, and they're kind of just, everything about that kind of whole meeting for them must be incredible. So that's
Yeah.
that's really lovely. They all would like to know, what is it like meeting other princesses? Have you ever been starstruck?
Oh, definitely. Yes. I think I was most starstruck when I saw Cinderella for the first time, and that was when we went to her castle, and it was a bit like, "Whoa, Cinderella's actually here. This is her castle. We are here. We are saying hi. Oh my goodness, what do I do? Even though my sister's the queen, what do I do? I'm frozen." And I was just like stuck there, like, "Okay, no, this is the real Cinderella.
Yeah.
What do I do now?" And I just
Yeah.
ran and gave her a big hug. So that was what I did.
Ah, well, Cinderella's a big deal, right? So
Yes, definitely.
she's definitely I can imagine that. So Anna, as you know, this show is all about hints and tips. Okay, so maybe it would be good if you would be able to give the good listener and the folks that are watching some hints and tips on maybe what what's a good way to kind of approach a meet and greet with you. That makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I know there are some children that can be very shy about it and can be very scared. But you gotta just think we're not gonna bite. We are still are normal people. We are still normal people. We have hair like you. We have smiles like you. As long as you show us your smiles, and you should have like no fear whatsoever. You just gotta take a deep breath and just realize you are seeing a princess. And you are a princess as well, or you're a prince, or you're a snowman, whatever you want to be. You are one of those. And we love you, and you should have no fear whatsoever. So just take a deep breath, take one step forward, and there you go. We are right there in front of you.
Cool. And do you like it when people can do you like it when people have a conversation with you? Is that
Yeah,
cool?
definitely have conversations, or if you wanna sing, we can sing. If you wanna dance, we can dance. If you wanna talk about chocolate, I'm cool with that too. I wouldn't mind that kind of conversation. That's a pretty cool conversation to have. It's nice having conversations about chocolate, especially if you bring me chocolate. That's a bonus as well. You bring me chocolates to me, I'll love you forever.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Cool. Well, so just Mr. Matt Perrin. There's lots of Perrins around on. I'm just going to let you know that there's
Okay.
Matt and Danny and Joe. There's a whole family of them, and Matt's just saying that this is quite cool. This is very cool, and it is very very cool. This is really lovely of you to be on here. So what's the funniest thing that's happened to you during a meet and greet?
I think it's got to have been when a little boy came dressed as Kristoff and got down on one knee and proposed to me. And this was
Oh,
before Frozen 2 came out. So we didn't even know. And it was a bit like, oh, okay. Elsa watched and it was like, oh, what do I do? And then my actual Kristoff came walking through and I was like, well, I can't say no, can I? He's a little boy. So I did say yes to him. So I am engaged to a very little Kristoff somewhere in the world. But he
oh,
was very cute.
very cool. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. Well, Anna, I think it's been absolutely amazing to have you on, and I know you're very busy, so I just don't want to take up too much more of your time. But do you have I'm pretty putting you on the spot here, really. Do you have a message for the people out there? Do you want to say anything to the listener?
Yeah, I just want to say it was really lovely talking to you all. I really wish I could see you all again, and hopefully we'll be able to very, very soon. Fingers crossed, wherever it is. It could be over the phone like this, or it could be at Disney or Disneyland Paris. Who knows? Hopefully, we'll see each other very, very, very soon, and we can give each other a big warm hug. But until then, I will wish you very well. I want you to all stay safe and send you lots and lots of kisses and big warm hugs.
Awesome. So just a few people just saying, well, they'll say a huge congratulations on your engagement. Lots of
Thank
people
you.
saying that, you know, this is that whole story about the little boy is very cute, and lots of hearts there. So let me, we are honoured. Oh, yes. Claire is saying we're honoured that you've given up the time to say hi. Yeah, everybody's saying thank you very much. Yes, I am also starstruck Um, yes, I am. So, um, hey, Anna, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for taking your time, coming on, and doing what you do. I think you've made quite a lot of people really happy on here. So, thank you so much, and have a lovely evening. And I'm sure
Thank
that we will
you.
see you again very, very soon.
Hopefully, yes. Fingers
Princess.
crossed.
Oh, Queen Anna, everybody. Queen Anna, everybody. Give a big hand. Woo. We'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye. See you later.
Well, how about that, everybody? Yes, I was a little bit starstruck there, and if I'm being really honest, a bit emotional actually. Just like that was bonkers, wasn't it? How bonkers was that? So, thank you guys for all your comments and all your questions. That was a really lovely segment, and unfortunately, we've got to go on to the boring stuff now. So, let's talk travel news. I wish I had some music or something to introduce it, but I just don't. That's for something to come. So here we go, guys. Some travel news, and quite frankly, I'm going to do this and see whether it's. So, oh, hang on a minute. There you go. So, unless you have been under a rock somewhere, you would know. You would know that Walt Disney World has now launched its 2022 tickets and packages. Guys, they did this last Tuesday. I think I mentioned it in the show last week with Andy Robson. Yeah, if you didn't know about this, where have you been? Quite frankly, this is actually the earliest they've ever released the following year, and at the moment you can book all the way up to the 14th of January 2023, people. So it's definitely they're definitely going for it all out in for next year. At the moment there are no particular offers that we can see. If you book a Disney package, you are booking the accommodation and the tickets. And there's a small, if you put those two together, there was a small discount, but other than that, there's nothing else. Guys, speak to me in the comments about this one. Controversially, the park reservation system is still in place, so you do need to make sure that you've got your tickets added to your My Disney experience in order to make your reservations. Okay, so that's it's a big deal. It really, really is. So I foresee that this has happened for a reason. And I actually think that that reason is this. Let me go to this bit. The Walt Disney World 50th anniversary has been announced. Now, with the I do think these two are connected effectively, and I'm pretty sure that some of you guys would agree. They've announced the launch of 2022 because they were ready to announce the 50th anniversary, and that was done on Friday 19th of February. The first official announcement from Disney about the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary. So I'm just going to go back to the reservation system very, very briefly. And Danny's saying no problem with the reservation system. To be honest, things change for the better, and when things change for the better, I'm sure Disney will remove it, and I think they will. I personally think they're actually going to use it for the 50th anniversary, just to make sure that they know staffing levels. They can keep an eye on what food places need to be open, all that kind of good stuff. So I think this is why they're going to keep it in, because it's going to be a very busy period for Walt Disney World. So Disney announced this, and they said it's going to start on the 1st of October, which I'm sure nobody's surprised about, because that is the actual anniversary, and it will continue for 18 months. Disney said this milestone is such a big deal. We've even coined a new word, iridescence, with an ear, Mickey ears, to describe what you'll see when you visit. Our Disney teams are creating all sorts of new decorations that will shimmer and sparkle all day and all night. Okay, and guys, I have the video of what you can see, and Disney say you can get a real feel for what the deco will feel like with the pixie dust on Cinderella Castle, magical fireflies inhabiting the Tree of Life at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park, and special new touches coming to life on the Hollywood Tower Hotel at Disney's Hollywood Studios. At and yet at Epcot, new lights will shine across the reflective panels of Spaceship Earth, connecting to one another and resembling stars in the nighttime sky. So, and just finish and say this permanent new lighting will continue beyond the world's most magical celebration. So we're going to see this. They're going to leave it, and we're going to see it. So for well, indefinitely, I think. So that's yeah. Oh, Danny's saying the Epcot lights will be permanent, so it might not be all of them, but yeah, it's gonna be absolutely epic, and I personally cannot wait to go and see it. Now I'm going to spoil this for you, I'm afraid, just by talking about our last bit of news. And yesterday we would have seen Boris give the announcement of the UK roadmap for coming out of lockdown. Yes, yesterday the PM announced a plan for coming out of lockdown and the roadmap for getting back to some sort of normality. Now, the key dates that we need to look out for with regards to travel, because we all want to get back to the most magical place on earth. And that is the 12th of April. That's when the government's travel task force will report on the plans for future travel. And then we will also, so at that point, we'll get to know a bit more about when we're hoping to be able to go abroad. Now, a current date for allowing international travel is the 17th of May. So there is hope for the summer. There really, really is. And I think this is great news, and it's definitely lots of things that we need to look forward to. But please, just want to say that we do need to just remain a little bit cautious. What we still don't really know is what are the testing requirements that are going to be needed. Are we going to need vaccine passports? What will be on our red and green lists? And finally, are other countries going to allow us in, and vice versa? So there's still lots to consider, but definitely some great news coming out of Walt Disney World, of Florida, and for the UK. And I'm sure that we are all looking forward to having that sense of normality. So there we go. And Claire, you're absolutely right. It is the English roadmap. It's not the Scottish one. So there you go. And just to say also, Danny's bailing out on us because football's more important. So, hey, there you go. That's cool. Well, the great news is, folks, that this is not over, because I have another guest. And that guest, I have known this person's family for a very, very long time. I know that this person has been able to go to Florida a number of times over her young life, and she's been taken, I think, to Florida and Disney pretty much every year life. And I know she has a real passion for Disney, and so much so she's built a business out of it. So please, guys, give it up for Abbie Gunnell, and from A Fairytale Dream. How are we doing, Abbie? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. You wouldn't believe it, right? But we've just had Queen Anna on on. I mean, like,
I missed it.
I know. How did you miss it?
I don't know.
Like,
How did I miss that? What?
it's I've just well, but she was incredible. I just wanted to say she was incredible, and everybody loved Queen Anna. So if you get a chance to watch it back,
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to rewatch it just to
I think
watch
you
that
should.
bit. I can't believe I
I
missed Anna.
definitely,
It's
yeah,
my favourite character as well. Come on.
totally. Yeah, lots of people saying hello to you. Jen saying another guest, and yeah, and Tammy saying hi, Abbie.
Hi.
Joe saying hi, Abbie. She's not gone to the football. Um, so Dell said you totally missed Anna. Um, Jenny said she was amazing. I mean,
Oh, well,
definitely.
that's good then.
Um, and and basically, Facebook user said, "Abbie, I'm your number one fan." We have to work out who Facebook user is, but there you go. I mean, they're your number one fan, and you've just literally come onto the screen. So, I mean, how about that?
There we go then.
That is incredible. So Claire's just saying, I have the same little. That is not anything else.
This one.
Mickey, like yes, indeed.
I have two.
Yeah. Oh, it was Ed. It was Ed.
Oh, hi Ed.
He said that she's your number one fan. So you did well. And Ed lives in Essex as well. So we us Essex people need to stick together, right?
Of course.
Yeah. And Matt's not going to the football, so he's a good lad. So anyway, let's get on to some hints and tips for people's next Florida trip. But let's talk about you, and let's talk about your Florida journey. You obviously, as I said, your family are a big, like, let's be fair, probably Disney nuts, really, but they're like Florida. If we broaden it out, Florida fans. Can you just kind of talk us through your journey of holidaying with Disney and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, okay. So I can't remember how old I was the first time I went. I think it was got to have been between the age of 2 and 5. Somewhere between that. And before I was born, my parents actually were debating about moving out there. So it was sort of like trying to work out whether we do that or not. And then they realized actually, even though that is our home, we're going to stay here because then we have the feeling of going back home every time we go back to Florida. And then we sort of went every other year, and then we went almost every year, and it sort of just carried on. I think I've been about 13, 14 times now. So, and
13 or 14 times.
Yeah, I'm only 20, so just a few times.
Wow. Okay. Well, you've still got a few to catch Danny up, but you're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good. And is that just like Florida, or if you've been to other parks as well?
No, so we've been to Florida, and then we went to California one year. But with Florida, we normally do about 3 weeks there. So we do the 2 week at Disney and then 2 week at Universal, and then do different parks or different places in between that, just to sort of break it up as well.
Yeah.
So we stay outside of it as well. But yeah.
Okay. No, that's really, really cool. And so do you remember the process that made you kind of fall in love with the whole Disney thing, or was it just the fact that you were with your family and that was kind of how it was?
I've loved Disney since basically the day I was born. So my song when I was a baby, so when I was in my mum's tummy, and to help me calm me down, was the song from Tarzan, the "You'll Be in My Heart" by Phil Collins. So that was my baby song. So ever since that song, I have just sort of grown into a massive Disney nerd and haven't stopped since. So it's always a case of people come to me and they're like, Abbie, what do I do with this? Abbie, who's this? Abbie, what character's this? Abbie, what film's this? I'm like, can stop. But like, yeah, I'm a bit of a Disney nerd in any way possible. But yeah, I think it's just since I was born, I've just grown up around it, and it's just been a love with my whole family. So
And how far does your nerdism go, if that's a word? I mean, we can see your ridiculous collection of Loungefly bags there. I do
yeah,
love that Porg one,
yes,
and the Baby Yoda one.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and I've got a few more over there as well. I've got
well,
like 8 more over there, which I just couldn't fit on this wall yet. So, but yeah.
cool. So, how far does your nerdism go?
Hmm, well, I mean, if you walked into my room, you would think I was 5. I have way too many teddies that I have like 3 bags and a couple of boxes in the loft as well because there's too many. I'm more into Stitch than anything else. And
Okay.
then obviously I've got the amount of times I've been to Disney, the amount I know about Disney, every single piece of my clothing is Disney. And then I have my business, which is basically everything to me as well. When I've
Yeah.
been I've had my business for about a year, but I was with another business for about 4 years. So yeah, this is just my whole life. The whole Disney just makes me happy, and it is me. It explains me. So
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there are some people on watching that will say amen to doing what makes you happy, for certain. Jen is just loving your bag collection. I'm sure I thought she might. And I mean, this is a great question. What is who is your favorite princess?
okay, so my favorite princess has always been Aurora, so Sleeping Beauty. But I love the like personality and everything about Anna. So it's a bit in between of those. So it's either one of those.
Yeah. So I can imagine that's probably why you were so gutted that you missed Arnhem, right? So,
Yes, definitely.
hey, yeah, indeed, indeed. So just going back to your Florida trips, if I
Mhm.
may, um, when was your last trip?
Um, 2018, I want to
2018.
say. Yeah.
Okay. So do you guys stay on site, off site, hotel,
Yeah.
villa?
We stay off-site in Kissimmee. So we are literally just around the corner from Disney. We could actually walk from where we stay. We can walk to
Oh,
Disney.
okay.
So it's not too far, but we just find it easier to stay off-site because then my dad drives and my dad knows it off by heart now because the amount of times we've all gone as a family and the amount of times they've gone before I was even born. So my dad knows it like the back of his hand. He knows it like he knows the roads here in the UK.
Yeah.
So it's a case of we just stay in this almost the exact same place every time, and then we can go to lazy days in like Gatorland or whatever, and then we can do Disney, Universal, SeaWorld is around the corner as well. So it's not too bad where we've
Mm,
stayed. So I definitely prefer staying off site.
cool. And do you remember do you know the resort name, just so we can share that with people if it's a good place to stay?
I can't fully remember it, but I know it's Lakeside something.
Okay.
But it is a
Okay.
really nice place to stay.
Okay. Cool. Well, hopefully somebody will put it in the chat or something, and that would be great. So, I mean, my question like is normally about Disney, like about the parks and stuff like that, is normally what's your favorite, but I think I kind of know that, and
Yeah.
so I'm not going to even go there, but but do you enjoy all the attractions? Are you kind of like a coaster person, or
I'm a bit of everything. So I'll go there and like so when going to Magic Kingdom, I just love standing in the middle of USA, like in Main Street USA, and just seeing the castle and be like, whoa, I've been
yeah,
here so many times, seen it so many times, but it's still like the feeling you get when you see it, and it's just unbelievable. Like But then going on the rides, like Flight of Passage is like one of my top rides to go on. Definitely recommend it. Whatever the queue line is. Like we went when it first opened, I think we queued for like 6 hours, and we got there
Ooh.
just because we got there like 15 minutes before Animal Kingdom actually opened, and then got there like for the gates of Pandora to actually open, and we still were queuing for like 6 hours, and it was like, you know what, it doesn't even matter, this ride is so amazing, it's worth it. Even if the ride's like only 5 minutes or whatever it is, it's still such an amazing ride that you get such a thrill going on it. And yeah, just those sort of rides, just it's amazing. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah, no, I mean there was something about those attractions, like all of the attractions, especially around the theme, and as
Yeah.
Del says, like the smells that kind of come with
Yeah, it's
everything.
like it's completely different with Flight of Passage and all those sort of rides, because obviously you have the roller coasters and you have Space Mountain, things like that. But like going on that sort of ride, like Flight of Passage, you get a completely different experience than what you would actually think you would get. Because everyone thought like when it opened, it was like, oh, what's it gonna be like? And then you go on it and you're like, whoa,
Yeah,
what's happening? This isn't
yeah,
right.
definitely. No, no, it's absolutely. And Tammy's saying, Abby, that queue on opening day was crazy. She went on opening day too, and I mean, I thought we were hard done by when we queued for 3.5 hours. So,
It's
my
very
daughter's,
hot as well.
yeah, I'm sure. My daughter stepped in and said, is it Main Gate Lakeside Resort?
Yes,
It
that's
is.
it. That is it.
Okay. Again, Dell's asked another question. I'm just trying to find it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Can you recommend a good place for breakfast, but not Denny's or IHOP, because I think he kind of likes those places.
Okay, well, I was going to say IHOP.
Okay.
I would say, oh, I don't know. See, when we go, we would normally, because we're off site, we get either the breakfast at the hotel, because that is a really nice breakfast, or we get our own breakfast that we bring in, so like Fruit Loops, Lucky Charms, or the quick little breakfast you can have before you go to Disney. Um, or McDonald's breakfast is actually really good. I know that's really bad, but McDonald's breakfast out there is so good, and it's not the same here. I can just say
No.
McDonald's out there is completely different to the McDonald's here, and
Yeah.
off-site you can get like on the receipts, you get little vouchers. So if you go into like the Toot shops next door, you get like free little gift or little key ring or whatever you could bring home to give to your friends. Like, there you go.
And
So that's the thing.
do you guys ever eat in the parks as well, or?
Yeah, we do sometimes. We don't normally eat breakfast. I mean, the only time we've eaten breakfast was when we had breakfast in the castle, and that was an amazing experience. It wasn't the greatest for my little sister because she had chicken pox that year, but it was such a great, like, it's just a completely different experience when you eat in the castle, because it was a surprise. So we got the letter through from Cinderella saying we are inviting you to the royal table to eat with us, and it was like, oh my goodness, oh my god. Like, Cinderella's just got in touch with us to go and eat breakfast with her, and then we got there and like dressed as princesses, and it was just, yeah, I don't even know how to explain eating in the castle. Like, it's a
No.
completely different experience.
It's very, very cool, and I know a lot of other
Yeah.
people have eaten in there, and so a lot of people giving some love to McDonald's breakfast. Not a bad shout out at all. And then Nick saying Golden Corral for breakfast is a classic. I think we talked about that last week, so that's definitely up there. Joanne is saying that Flight of Passage is the best ride in Walt Disney World. So that's definitely up there. So also Sam is saying Cracker Barrel is amazing for breakfast as well. So
Oh yeah, Cracker Barrel's really nice to go to. Definitely recommend
so
going there.
I'm definitely a breakfast person, so it's like I'm all about the breakfast. So Chris said that Gatorland is getting a mention. It's definitely underrated, and I know we talked about this actually before we kind of came on. There's lots of different places apart from the main parks that you can go to, and we mentioned Gatorland. I mean,
Yeah.
could you just give people a bit of a flavour about Gatorland and maybe some other places that people might not necessarily visit?
Yeah, so Gatorland is normally our lazy day. So when we first get there, it's right, go to Target, go to Walmart, and then we'll go to Gatorland because you can just relax there. You go there, and obviously it's key in the word, it's all gators. So there are snakes, there's birds that you can feed as well. You can go into the like to go feed them. You get food for them. You can see shows. So they do a chicken show where like they dangle chicken to try and get the gators to come and get it, and it's really funny because they mess about with it in a way and pretend that they like gonna get eaten and stuff like that. There's a show where you can actually sit on the back of a gator and get your picture taken whilst holding his mouth. So that's pretty cool. I've had that done. I've done that a couple of times. That's pretty cool. Can say that I've actually sat on a gator.
Wow.
um, but yeah, and then there's another show where you can hold like tarantulas, which I can say I've never done that because I don't like spiders. And yeah, it's such a nice place to go. I can tell you it's hot because there's
Hmm.
not much shade. It's all outside. They have built a like a salt course over the gators now, so
Oh,
you
I've
can
seen that.
do
Yeah, I've seen that.
yeah, zip line and stuff like that. Never doing that, but I've
Hmm.
seen it and I've seen other people doing it, but I'm never ever gonna do that. But it is, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I think Claire's agreeing with you. They're all saying that that sounds nuts. So definitely. Any other suggestions that other than Gatorland that you've kind of been to, or is that kind of like your
So we go to Kennedy Space Center as well. We do that almost every time we go. So because it's just even though there's nothing really different there. The last time we went, we actually met an astronaut. And then there's times where you can actually see like there's like the actual you can watch it happen or you can speak to like the people who work there, like actual like people who work at NASA, and they can talk to you about it. And like that's where my love of space came from. Like I just got obsessed with space after that and just looked at the stars all the time, loved going to planetariums and things like that. And then we also go to the Clearwater Marine Aquarium.
okay?
So after watching Dolphin Tale and then Dolphin Tale 2, I was like, I've got to go. They even do like a backstage tour so you can see how the film was made at there as well. You go on a little boat trip. And yeah, just like the smaller places that you wouldn't normally go to and you wouldn't normally see when you're there. But I would definitely recommend going there, even though you go for Disney or Universal or SeaWorld. Definitely have a look outside, like Kennedy Space Center, Gatorland, or Clearwater Marine, where it's really helpful to look after the animals there because it is a hospital for all the animals, and you can meet very famous dolphins like Winter, who hasn't got a tail. And I definitely, yeah, definitely broaden your way around like Florida. There's not just them like few places there. There are loads of other places to go to.
Amazing. We'll put some of those into the comments and just so that people can kind of get to see them. Um, Claire's saying that she loves Kennedy Space Center. I haven't been. Must admit, I haven't been for a while, and I don't think actually. I don't want to say how many years I haven't been. Maybe it's going to be over 30. So it's like, whoa. Um, um, every time we talk about what else is good, Jen says shopping. It's like it's
Yep.
pretty standard. Uh, and as we know, our Dell goes to Florida. When he goes to Florida, he does something for charity. He's done the Sky Flyer and the other
Yeah, this yeah.
nuts thing. So Tammy's suggesting that he should do the zip wire over the gators. I think that's a fairly fair shout, definitely. So
Yeah.
anyway, we need to move away from the parks slightly because you've actually done you've actually obviously got your business which we need to talk about,
Yep.
but you've actually tried to get a bit more involved in Disney, haven't you?
Yeah, just a bit.
Why don't you just so tell us your story about what you kind of your ambition is, I think, is probably the fairest word.
Okay, so I've always been a lover of like musical theatre and acting and everything like that, and obviously Disney. sort of made a big part of that as well. So I'm a singer. And then I went into musical theatre and then realised, oh, I can act as well. Oh my goodness, I could put everything together. And then when we went to Disney for my 16th, it's a surprise Disney visit for my 16th. We got backstage passes to the Beauty and the Beast show at Disney's Hollywood Studios and backstage passes for Finding Nemo the musical at Animal Kingdom, and I got to speak to like the cast members, the ensemble, the main characters. With Beauty and the Beast, I spoke to the girl who played Belle and the guy who played Gaston. With Finding Nemo, it was Nemo, Marlin, Dory, and one of the ensemble characters. And I got an insight in what it's like doing it, like actually at Disney, and like how it all works, and like how like they go about auditions. And I realized I can actually audition. Like, how is this real? I didn't even realize you could actually audition to get into like Disney. I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know why it didn't click. I don't know why that didn't click, that you can actually audition for things like that. But yeah, I was like, oh wow, I can actually audition. Right, so let's get home so I can start auditioning. So at the age of 16, I started auditioning for Disney. And it was a slow process. So it was Disneyland Paris first that I was auditioning for. And there's like 4 stages. So it was like you got to do acting, then dance round, and then it's appearance, trying on the wigs and seeing how you look and stuff like that, and trying on like all the costumes and just seeing like if you were suited for that character or whatever. And then it got harder and harder as they changed the dances at the parks. You had to learn different dances at the auditions. And even though if you go along like every couple of weeks that the auditions were, you would learn the dance, but then a new dance would come along and you'd be like back to square one. Then they brought in a new round of it, which was before you even done the dance, you looked at your like appearance and had to see if like you had any flaws. And it was just such a difficult process, and it is such a difficult thing to get through. People were coming from all over the world to do it, and you could be there for 5 seconds for them to turn you away, and like you get there for 5 o'clock in the morning to get turned away and be like, oh, okay,
Wow.
well, just got there. But okay,
Yeah.
going all the way down to London as well, which isn't the greatest, but it was definitely a great experience. And I don't know how many auditions I've done, but I then went in for a Hong Kong and Shanghai audition, and I got offered a place at Hong Kong. But because of COVID, I couldn't actually do it.
Yeah, but that is incredible, right? People who you actually got offered a place.
Yeah. And then obviously like with COVID, it was like, sorry, we can't really keep you on, but you're on for the books for like 6 months. And during that 6 months, you can't audition for anything else. But due to the fact of COVID, they were like, right, we're going to let you audition because there are other parks or there's the cruise lines that you can audition for, and there is a chance that you can get on them. So I auditioned for a few more, and then I did because it went to like online, so you had to send in a video of you singing or a video of you acting or doing a script or whatever. So I auditioned for Rapunzel, so Tangled the musical on the cruise lines. And I got the part. And I got a message through and I got a phone call, and we were sorting it all out, and then lockdown happened and they went, sorry, we're not doing cruise lines anymore. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So I was on this like book for 6 months with them as well. So
Wow.
I was on the book for 6 months with both of them, and then both of them messaged, and it was like, you're on the books, but there's no chance you're going to get through, and I'm really sorry about that. And I was like, you know what, it's fine. Just being told that I'm on the books, just being told that I've actually was able to get in, and like Disney have accepted me, and like that was just an experience for me anyway. Just
Absolutely.
like just being told that by Disney, like there's a whole new feeling in myself.
I can only imagine. Is that dream over now, or do you want to try and audition again when things kind of open up?
I definitely think I'll audition again, but like with my company, I'm sort of getting that anyway because I'm like hanging out with the princesses and stuff. So it's not too bad. But yeah, I definitely love to do it again. Love to audition. Love to be a cast member, even if it is just a cast member in one of the shops.
Mm,
Just to say that I've worked at Disney is just an experience.
absolutely. And I mean, I didn't ask you to sing, but I just want to relay to the listeners and the people that are watching that, you know, you can like properly sing, and
Yeah.
you are very good at what you do. So I just want people to be aware of that. And so let's move on to the current journey that you've got, and that is I'm just going to put a little slide up here. Oh, let me just take away your banner. Let's get rid of that. So that is A Fairytale Dream. So do you want to just talk about that a little bit? And
Yeah, so A Fairytale Dream is mostly children's parties, but we also do weddings and we're also helping you out with the announcing like holidays and surprising people with holidays. But we basically have every Disney princess that you can imagine. We have Tinkerbell, we have Princess Poppy from Trolls as well. Um, we have a few superheroes that just like sort of join along sometimes. But yeah, so we are entertainment business. We have singers, we have dancers, we do events at a really lovely place called Maze Place in Chelmsford, um, which is it's been difficult at the moment due to COVID, but it's just a completely different experience for anyone because it's bringing Disney to you, whether it's over the phone like it is at the moment, or a little video message, or a doorstep visit like we're doing afternoon tea doorstep visits at the moment. Um, so we can, even if it's like we're there for like 5 seconds just to say hi, give them the afternoon tea, and then go, and then we'll send them a video of that princess singing. It can be any princess of your choosing, it doesn't matter. And yeah, it's just a whole new experience for everyone because if you can't afford to go to Disney, we can bring that Disney to you instead. And
yeah,
everyone loves it. Even when we go to weddings, the parents love it, the bride and groom love it. I've done a few weddings and it is that's a completely different experience to doing parties
yeah,
because we've had
amazing.
like 4 or 5 princesses do a wedding and it was like, wow, like
Yeah,
you're at that wedding and like you got invited and like, yeah, it was really
no.
nice.
Sounds incredible. It does sound incredible, and we've just had a quick look at the kind of your costumes. And if I'm allowed to say that, I mean, I don't know what your robes, you know, but obviously it's not you. It's like
Yeah, I'm hanging around
you're
with them.
you're
So yeah.
you're hanging out with them. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told you I get that wrong. Um, so tell us about this one.
Right, so that was Fur McCann's little girl Sunday's birthday party 2 years ago, where I was Poppy at her party, and then I was hanging out with a few of princesses the next day, and Anna was there, Elsa, we had Ariel with Eric, and another princess which I can't remember, and then I was helping out again last year, and we had Anna and Elsa there, and I was hanging out with them at McCann's house that time,
Wow.
to look, and it was like for Sunday. So it's sort of been, and now it's going to be a yearly thing of doing Fair McCann's daughter's birthday party. So yeah, we're just
Very
trying to
cool.
sort that out.
Very, very cool. Well, that's great. I mean, and it's just lovely to see that your business is growing from strength to strength, even
Yeah,
despite lockdown. You know, you've adapted and changed the way that you're doing things, and you're absolutely right. So, I mean, for anybody that books a Disney World or a Disneyland Paris trip through your great adventures, and you have little ones, Abbie will give you a personalised reveal message. So that's free of charge. So that so you can sort of give it to your kids, your children, and surprise them with your Disney World visit or your Disneyland Paris visit, and yeah, we will work that with one out with you, and that's just a little something that we offer with your great adventures. So um, and I'm very grateful to you for being willing to do that. And so I just want to just say that somebody's mentioned here now. It's Facebook user. She is a very, very, very good singer. Is that Mum? Do you reckon?
I'm not sure who that was.
Okay.
That
Okay.
might be. I'm not sure.
Who knows? I mean, there might be other people that know that you're a very, very good singer, because it might be my mum, for all I know. So, Dell has said, "Huge congratulations, Abbie, with the world slowly getting back to some normality. We hope to see you in the parks one day." Too right, absolutely, and also. He mentions that Jen had an amazing birthday message from Belle, which was great to do. And Facebook user is Ed again. So, Ed. Yeah. So there you go. What else? You've broken my cover. There you go. What else were we going to say? So another comment there, and I've completely. Oh, there it is. So Paula just says, "You're a very talented young lady, and I hope you go very far." So that's a really lovely thing to say. So we'll go back to your business, and we'll kind of promote it a bit near the end, but we are really coming to the end of our chat, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Before we do, obviously we need to talk about hints and tips. So yes. And you've been to Florida enough times to surely give us some hints and tips. So basically I give you a few scenarios, and if you could just tell us what you think. Okay. So your must-do restaurant, your favorite restaurant in all of Florida.
Oh, okay. I would probably have to say House of Blues at Disney Springs. Almost call it Downtown Disney then. At Disney Springs. Yeah, House of Blues is definitely a must. But if you don't go to Downtown Disney, either Satuli Canteen in Pandora or Cosmic Rays in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
The Starlight Cafe. Yeah, definitely. They're my top 3 that I would definitely recommend everyone go to.
Very cool. I voted Cosmic Rays as my top Magic Kingdom quick service the other day on a podcast. So I definitely agree with that. So what are your absolute, you've got 3 things that you can only do. There's only 3 things you can do. The top 3 things that you would do on your Florida holiday.
Okay, well, that's a really difficult one. So definitely, I don't know. Definitely go to like part of the parks that you don't normally go to. So if there's like with Animal Kingdom, some people don't normally go to like the Dinoland USA because they just think that's just an extra bit. It's nothing important. It looks a bit run down. Nah, there's no point. Definitely recommend going to places you wouldn't normally go to, that do look run down, or they've been told before, like by other people, that don't go there. It's not for you. That you won't enjoy it. Because they'd have no idea what you are actually going to enjoy. It could be a completely different experience for you. Like there's people that say, "Oh, I'm not going to ever go on the Hulk because someone said it was way too scary." It's like, no, go on it. It's an amazing ride. Go on that ride. Like you get a completely different thrill. Just definitely go to places people are telling you not to go to, or places that you don't think you would go to because you wouldn't enjoy it. Definitely say that you've got to go there and you've got to follow through with your instincts. Like just do it, just go for it. And then what else? I'd definitely say try and do like Universal. Like I know Disney is like a big thing, but definitely try and do Universal a few days, because like there are some rides that you're gonna miss because of queues. The same with Disney, and like definitely do it over a few days. And like even if it's like only a couple of days at Universal, a couple of days at Islands of Adventure, you've got to do it. And like someone said in the comments, I just read, like, still love ET. It's a must. Yeah, definitely go for ET. Like I got so annoyed when Jaws closed, and I know my dad, when if he's watching this now, he's gonna be like, "Yeah, I agree with you, Abbie. Go for it." Like Jaws definitely needs to come back. Like it was so upsetting when Jaws closed. Like all the classic rides, and ET, I think, is one of the only ones now that's still open. That's a classic ride,
Mm.
and I'm not sure I'm gonna feel if they do close it. I really hope they don't close it. But yeah, it's just like go for the classic rides, go for the places you wouldn't normally go to, and just try things new. Like that's all you got to do when you go there. Try things new, and make sure you go to Disney. You can't not go to Disney when you go to Florida. So yeah, that's definitely the top thing. Top
Cool.
three to do.
Definitely. Sounds good to me. Uh, and we've already talked about what you would do outside the main park, so that's awesome. So I think my final kind of top tip question is sorry, other than the obvious, which
Mhm.
is like your passports and your money and all that kind of stuff, what are the three things that you have to have in your case or in your backpack with you to take to Florida?
I would definitely say either a phone or a camera. Because like with the phone you can have it for your fast passes, and then you also can have it for pictures if you want to take pictures. Obviously not everyone wants to take pictures of themselves, but take pictures of everything around you, because like if you never go again, you've got that memory there. And it is such a magical place. It's completely different to anyone you will ever go to. Obviously if you're going Disney, you got to remember your Mickey ears. Can't forget them. I've got plenty of Mickey ears that I think can last me a whole trip.
Yeah, so have I.
And multiple Mickey ears for each day. So, yep, definitely Mickey ears. And then, oh, it's got to be like American candy. Can't go wrong with American candy. Like, can't say no to that. Pop tarts, anything like that.
Okay. Nice. Okay, very cool. Very cool. Well, finally, well, not quite finally, but we have our quick fire would you rather round. Now, I appreciate that some of these you may or may not have done so. Just give it your best kind of,
Okay.
guess, I think is fair to say. So, they're all fairly easy, I think. So, let's see how it goes. The first one's very easy.
Okay.
Would you rather go to Walt Disney World or Universal?
Or Disney World.
Obviously. Would you rather fly with British Airways or Virgin Atlantic?
Probably Virgin
Okay. There's
Atlantic.
a lot
Yeah.
of love for Virgin in this room, so
Yeah.
it's
Glad I said
definitely
that.
it's a good way to go. Now we've already spoke about this attraction, so I think I know where we're going to go with this. Would you rather ride ET or the Simpsons?
ET.
Okay. Would you rather ride Aerosmith, Rock and Roller Coaster, or Spaceship Earth with the lights on?
Ooh. Spaceship Earth with the lights on.
That'd be pretty
That
cool.
sounds
That
pretty
last
cool.
bit,
Yeah,
see
that sounds
how high
pretty
you are and all that kind of stuff. I'll
yeah.
definitely go with that. Definitely. Okay. Again, you may or may not done this, so just like,
Okay.
hey, would you rather go to Volcano Bay or Typhoon Lagoon?
Typhoon Lagoon.
Would you rather go to visit Pan at night time,
Mhm.
Pandora, or the Wizarding World of Harry Potter?
Pandora.
I
Yeah.
mean, they're both brilliant, but
That
I
was a
think at night
difficult one.
Pandora's really lovely. Okay. Would you rather? No, sorry, this is slightly different. Right? Would you rather? You
Okay.
can only see one of these for the rest of your life. Happily Ever After or Phantasmic?
Oh no, that's such a difficult one. They're my two favorite shows. Oh, It's got to be Fantasmic. Like, that's a classic. It's got to be Fantasmic.
Oh, I asked this question around the dining room today, and everybody hated me for it. So there you go. Would you rather do Halloween Horror Nights or Mickey's Not So Scary?
Mickey's Not So Scary.
Again, this one you may not have done before, but you may not have done either of these.
Okay.
But because it's food related and I love my food, it has to happen. Would you rather eat at Garden Grill or Rainforest Cafe?
Rainforest Cafe. That was a
Okay.
simple one.
I don't think a lot of people agree with you that one, but hey,
Probably not.
no. What are you most looking forward to? Is it Rise of the Resistance or Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which I can't say?
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Oh, I struggle to say that myself.
Yeah, I know. So I can't say my R's anyway. So, hey, so we have come to the end. We've got a lot of people saying Garden Grill. We've got a lot of people saying they'd rather see Harry Potter than. We've got people saying they like Halloween Horror Nights or Mickey's Not So Scary. I mean, there's a kind of a balance on all of them. So that's they are tough questions. They really are. So looking ahead for you, what are you hoping to? When are you hoping to go back to Florida? And do you have anything booked, or what do you have any plans?
So we've got Disneyland Paris booked with you. Me and my friend Devon are gonna go. We were supposed to go last year in November,
Yep.
but obviously everything happened. So hopefully
Yep.
going this year. Still trying to work out a date. We were gonna go to Florida this year, like October time, obviously for the anniversary, and then we decided we're gonna move it until next year, either during the summer or at Christmas. Because it's my mum's 50th, it would be my 21st, it would be my little sister's 16th, and it was my dad's 50th last year.
Yep.
So it's like, right, we're gonna put it all together, all go on holiday, and that's when we're hopefully, fingers crossed, we can actually go. And yeah, so we're gonna hopefully go then.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure you're going to have a brilliant time. You've been a brilliant guest, and thank you so much for your time and telling us all about your Florida journey, your love of Disney, your journey. Hopefully, sometime to be a fully fledged cast member, and your business. If people want to kind of get in contact with you, Abbie, can you just let them know the best way to do that?
Yeah, so with the business, we do have a page on Instagram and on Facebook called A Fairytale Dream Parties. And obviously, as we showed before, that was the logo. So it's pretty easy to find. It is just the pink castle because why not? I had to go with the castle. And then it does come up with a picture of Elsa, which I think you used as the title piece for this live. And then yeah, that's probably the best ways to get in touch with me with the company. If you want to get in touch with me, anything else, just get in touch with me on here on my Instagram page, princess_Abbie_Lou.
Okay, cool. Well, I would definitely recommend that everybody gets in contact with you, and hopefully other people will see this. Or, guys, if you're watching, do go and like Abbie's page. Do please share it. Let people know that what the talent that she has, and also what she can actually offer as a service. It's been fantastic, Abbie. Thank you so much for your time, and I really appreciate it. You've got lots of lovely messages coming through. Yeah. So here we. Oh, not that one. Here we go. Oh, somebody. Yeah. So Paula's saying, "What a lovely young lady, Abbie. Hope your future is magical." I'm sure everybody.
Thank you.
Says that, echoes that again. What a lovely young lady. Good luck, Abbie, in your career. So. Brilliant. Have we'll be. I'm sure we'll be keeping an eye on you and your career going forward, and hopefully in the not too distant future, you'll be a cast member and coming back on here and telling us all about the next stage of your journey. And again, thank you so much for being on here. Everybody give Abbie a massive clap, and we'll say goodbye for now.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Well, there you go, guys. That was Abbie, and well, what a great guest. And I'm sure, and I hope you've had a great evening and enjoyed what's been put on this evening. I mean, whoever's going to be coming next, I mean, we've got some shoes to fill. And that would actually be my family. So next week's show is going to be Evie and Freddie, and maybe Catherine. She's a bit camera shy, so maybe she may show her face, she may not. But I'm going to introduce you to my family, Evie and Freddie, and we're going to tell you about our love of Florida. We're never going to be able to match Abbie's brilliant story, but we do love our family time at Florida, and we do have quite a good story to tell because it's Disney is the thing that's kind of brought us together. So do definitely join us next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Slightly later time, please note that at 8 p.m. And we'll be on for about an hour just chatting about our Florida journey and yeah, how much we love Disney. The other thing I just need to mention is the week after that, and I can't tell you the date, I'm really sorry, but the week after that we're going to be moving to a Thursday evening, and I hope that doesn't mess you guys around too much, but we'll be moving to the Thursday evening. I really should have written the date down, I'm very sorry. But we will be talking to Ben from Adventures with Sack, so, and that will be a brilliant episode as well. The other thing I've obviously got to mention is, as you've already heard, I run a business called Your Great Adventures, and we deal with all sorts of travel all over the world, but obviously our passion is Walt Disney World and Disneyland Paris and Universal Parks. We do everything that we can to give you the best value and the best service, and yeah, we don't always succeed, and I'm sure a couple of people who are watching today will attest that. But we do try and give you the best value for money we possibly can, and I just love talking about Florida. So even if you just want to chat about Florida, and do give us a call for a quote for any type of travel. It would really help out as a small business and a family-run business. It would really help us out. So I'm just going to go back to the comments very quickly before I go. So I'm really sorry, Tammy, but yes, Thursday evenings you're going to have to catch up, I'm afraid. And Evie has told me it's the 11th of Thursday, the 11th of March. So there we have it, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with us and for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you can, give us a thumbs up, love the show, rate the show. Do give us a subscribe on YouTube. That would be really helpful. Share it out. Just, again, share out this show and also share out Abbie's page. And if you wouldn't mind, share out the Your Great Adventures page. That would be absolutely brilliant. Yeah, have a wonderful evening, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Lots of love, and remember, your adventure is out there. Have a brilliant evening.